My name is Danica Fine. I am a staff developer advocate at Confluent. So I talk about real-time data pipelines, Apache Kafka, Apache Flink. And just go around and share that information with everybody. I love it. So it's going to be a busy year next year. So Confluent hosts 3 conferences. Kafka Summit traditionally, and we're hosting 2 Kafka Summits, one in London, one in Bangalore this year. And then we also have a broader data streaming conference called Current. And so I've got 3 conferences to chair the program committees for. And so that's going to be a big part of what I'm doing over definitely the next 6 months as we set up those agendas. And I love doing that because I love to see what the trends are, right? Like, generally what the trends in data and streaming are in different industries, but I think it's really telling when you see what's submitted to conferences. So I like coming through those and seeing what's going to be good and getting excited for the conferences that are coming. So that's a big part of it. And then today I gave a talk about an IoT system that I built to monitor my houseplants with Kafka. Really ridiculous use case, but this is actually the last time that I gave that talk as it exists. And so at some point over the next year, I'm revamping it to use different technologies and hoping to rebuild the system from scratch and make it a little more interesting. I'm personally very excited to work on that project and bring even more data streaming into my home, because why not? One that I was excited about was Ryan Wright earlier today, the streaming graphs with Quine. So that was just something that I'd seen it submitted to other conferences before, and it was just an interesting thing that I've been monitoring. So it's just cool it's always interesting to show up at a conference, and sometimes I'm really bad at actually checking the agenda ahead of time, but showing up there day of and then seeing things that immediately jump out to you. And so that's just a mark of a great conference, and so that's what this was for me. So I was so excited to be here for this conference because when I moved to San Francisco years ago, my role at the time was on a back-end engineering team building out streaming data infrastructure with Kafka Streams for financial applications. It was really, really cool. And this conference was on my radar because we were building it with Kafka Streams in Scala. And so, historically, this has been more of a Scala conference. And so that was like right at the transition where they were shifting away to doing other technologies. But it was always something like watching those talks and like hearing about those talks and keeping up with it was something that was like on our entire team's radar. So I had never gone until this year as a speaker, so I was really excited to be here. And I think it's just, it's cool to kind of watch a conference like morph over time. And I think that's sort of a selling point for a lot of conferences, right? If I'm trying to tell someone that this is a good conference, it's like, it has historically been good, but also it has kind of just been kept up to date with the different trends and found a way to continue connecting with the community and the different people and getting expanding the community with different speakers and different technologies as well. So I really appreciate conferences that do that, having good talks and also just supporting the community. So yeah, absolutely, I would invite anybody to come here. And it's in I live in the area, so I'm like, that's even better to go to a local conference too. So.